My most memorable gift that I ever received was on my son's very first Christmas. He was about 6 months old, just got done opening his Christmas gifts that he cared nothing about. And I was standing in the kitchen looking out the window at the dog playing in the yard. And when I turned around, my then boyfriend was there behind me on one knee with this gorgeous ring. And he didn't say anything at first. I could tell that he was nervous, but after a while he told me that he could not imagine his life without me and asked me to marry him on Christmas Day. And of course I said yes. So that was definitely the most memorable gift I've ever received.
The most important, precious, wonderful, unforgettable gift is the love that my family and friends give me every day. And I do my very best to give them a huge gift of love, wrapped with appreciation and decorated with loyalty. And now I would like to wish you a very merry, bright, and happy Christmas, and also a happy New Year.
Most memorable Christmas gift I've ever given or received. When I was a kid, I always loved getting gifts, but as I've gotten older, I find more fun in the giving instead of receiving aspect, because God gave His Son for us, so that's the main reason we celebrate the season. I would say 2 years ago, we were visiting family up in Little Rock, and it was myself, my wife, both my daughters, both their husbands, and my oldest son-in-law, my oldest grandson. And we went out to eat, and it was a good time. Lord blessed me financially at that time, and something in my head told me this is a time to give back. So I decided to pay the whole meal for the whole family. And the waitress we had, super sweet lady, did everything she needed to do. And at the end, she brought us our bill, and I looked at the bill, wasn't that bad, and I decided I was gonna leave a $100 tip. It wasn't for my pleasure to say, oh, I'm such a good guy, but I just had that feeling that someone needed a blessing, and gave her the money. And about 2 minutes later, she come back and she goes, sir, are you sure that's right? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right. And she broke down in tears. And I said, what's going on? She goes, sir, you don't realize, but because of you, my baby will be able to have her first Christmas. So I believe more in the giving than the receiving end of Christmas.
My most memorable gift I've ever received is definitely my youngest daughter, Jackson. She was born on December 19th, 2016. So that was our little Christmas miracle that we got. So she just turned 2 yesterday. So happy birthday, Jackson.
My most memorable gift I've ever received was when I was 16. I was in my senior year of high school. I had to have a major surgery. So my grandpa told me, hey, if you keep your grades up while you're homeschooled, we'll get you something for your birthday. So I was like, I doubt it, but okay. April gets here. I left to go back to school for the first day. Came home, there was a brand new 2010 Honda Civic sitting in the driveway. I cried like a baby. It was my graduation present and my birthday present. That was the biggest gift I've ever gotten, and I'll never forget it.
My most memorable gift that I've ever received was my child. I found out I was pregnant last year right before Christmas. And so he is my whole world. He's changed my whole world around. And so he's the best thing that I've ever received.
So my most memorable gift was when I was a teenager. My dad was a part of some nonprofits and also a pastor in the community. And he had a list of people who needed some extra help during the Christmas time. And so we would put together a food basket for them. And then we would go up to their door, usually in the evening around 6, 7 o'clock at night, kind of when things were dark, put the food basket down, And then he'd get in the car, and then when we were ready, I would ring the doorbell and run off. And so it was a nice little food basket. So that was always a memorable gift because we knew that the people that we were giving the food basket to really, really needed it. So it's one of my most favorite Christmas memories, and I got to share it with my dad.
For the most memorable gift I've ever given, I'm just going to cheat a little bit on that. And this year, my wife and I are giving our son his first bicycle. So I'm really looking forward to his reaction Christmas morning when we roll it into the house and he's able to hop on it for the first time.
My most memorable Christmas gift was in the morning of Christmas Day 2016. My niece and best friend arrived, and so now every year we get to make a big deal about having Christmas with the family, and then that night is her birthday party.
It hasn't happened yet, but my son has requested, instead of staying home and receiving gifts, that we go help out the needy. So we're going to go to a Christian church and we're going to serve the homeless people their Christmas dinner over Christmas Day.